longevity lifestyle designers. This is Martin-Kilgour here, and I have a special announcement to make. My friend Brandon Damon, who some of you may be familiar with, he has his own YouTube channel at HerbGardener00, and that's his username, and you can also find him on Facebook at Brandon Damon, D-A-E-M-O-N. And he's just released a new audio program titled Health Beyond Danger, a practical guide to mastering tonic herbs. And it is a 7+ hour, it's a little over 7 hours of information, covers all the basics of tonic herbs, specifically in the genre of Chinese herbalism. So it is a fantastic foundational program if you're new to the topic, but even if you're more advanced, you have certain amounts of knowledge. It gives a very broad and thorough overview of all the different aspects, from the 3 treasures to the 5 organ systems and 5 element system of Chinese medicine. It covers his top herbs from the Chinese tonic system. I mean, it goes into great detail on his own personal experiences with these various herbs, combining them, various frequently asked questions, and it is a great investment because I personally think that audio programs are really where it's at in terms of taking information in. We can buy a book online, or like an ebook, or even a hard copy book that we get in the mail and we read, or we pick up at a bookstore, and how many of us actually go back to reread that book and get that information in a second time just to really root it in there, even a third time, and continuously? Yet if any of you have ever purchased an audio program before, you know how easy it is to listen to that program or that audio book whilst doing the dishes, going for a walk, doing any sort of basic task where you can also focus on the words being spoken and the information. I personally much prefer, I work well with audio learning, and although I love reading books, I often don't find the time to get back to them a second time. So an audio program is a fantastic investment, specifically if you have a time crunch and you do want to get the information in. You can listen to it over and over again. You can put it on your iPod. So I definitely encourage you to check out the link in the top right hand info box, or if you're watching this video somewhere other than YouTube, the link might be down below the video, and you can find and read all the information about the course and decide whether you want to purchase it yourself or not. And really, there's some unique information that Brandon's presenting in this course that I haven't presented myself, nor have I seen him present with all his free information he gives away. So if you're very familiar with the topic of herbalism and what a lot of us working and talking about herbs in the online community have been talking about, there's some unique nuggets of information you might be able to find in this program for sure. And there's also some really cool bonuses you should check out, and they're at the bottom of the page. For instance, you can get, if you buy the course before March 30th, which is why you'd want to hurry and have a look at the page, you get a 50% off deal on HyperionHerbs.com, his store that sells some of these herbs, some powdered extracts which you can add straight to smoothies and elixirs. You can also find a link to Hyperion Herbs in the right hand info box there, or below this video, and I encourage you to check both of those links out. My own personal experience with tonic herbs have been profound, specifically from the Chinese system. These are the herbs I use the most personally. I do use herbs from around the world, but Chinese herbalism just has such a rich and intact cultural history that Brandon really deciphers and explains and covers very well in this course. I have overcome many of my own personal health challenges through this information, through the use of these herbs, and like I was saying, this course is a fantastic investment. And another one of the bonuses that he outlines on the page, Health Beyond Danger, is that he's willing, if you purchase before March 30th, to give you a 30-minute phone consultation free of charge. So if you didn't know what a tonic herb was, I'll explain it right now. It's an adaptogenic herb, and again, that's another word or use of language that you might not be familiar with, but it's an herb that can be taken consistently, almost daily, over the long term without negative side effects. So they're herbs that are very low in toxic compounds, which a lot of herbs actually do have, and those toxic compounds are known as medicinal compounds that can affect change in our body, stimulate our body to react or cleanse or detoxify, or even to rebuild and strengthen. However, tonic herbs have that strengthening capacity without the burden of medicinal compounds so we can take them consistently over the long term, and they're more for promoting overall health rather than targeting specific acute symptoms. So both systems of herbalism do have their place, but for regular daily supplementation and fortification of the body, adaptogenic herbs are definitely where it's at. And the Chinese system is rich with a wide variety of tonic herbs that they've recognized in their culture and in their land. And some of those herbs do actually grow and exist in North America, and there's tonic herbs all over the world. But the Chinese system really outlines this system, which can actually be applied to the other herbal systems in the world, since they're not as developed in terms of the length of time they've had the tradition going on. Brandon does talk about all this in his course, so again, I encourage you to check out the link in the top right hand info box or below the video and see what all the excitement's about with this new course.